Sure, why not? Sounds like a bit of fun. No, you know what? I'm going to answer the first one. If it means expediting the end to this meandering conflicts, so be it. Remote settlement is now unlocked on the world map. Yeah. The Fury howls a satisfied laugh and smacks you dead on the back. My methods are surefire. You'll see. I'll mark the settlements on your map. She grins, biting her bottom lip bloodied. I can't wait to see the outcome of your efforts. What were you expecting? About me, that is. Let's see. Deathnell counts on her fingers, conducting some mental tally. From your deeds during the conquest to how you've helped us since then. I expected a mountain, a warrior of colossal size who could shout a rampart wall into submission. But I think you'll do just fine. Insult me again, I'll bury that blade in your belly before you can scream. She peels a surprised but pleased laugh at your threat, tapping the flat of the blade against her thigh. She counts her neck until it audibly cracks. Maybe there's something more to you, Fatebinder, after all. What can you tell me about the Scarlet Chorus? We are the voices of Nerat's glory made manifest. In the chorus, strength rises in the weak feet of the soil. Deathnell smiles, standing tall as she extols the army. Our ways terrify the cowardly and shock the naive, but our traditions exist to offer promise and prestige to those fit to claim it. We abandon all petty rules for one simple law: the strongest must lead. What is your role in the Scarlet Chorus? Deathnell frowns, her eyes narrowing. Do you not recognize a Scarlet Fury when you see one? We are the warrior spirit of the chorus, scholars of sword and shiv. She folds her arm, puffing out her chest. How has the military life treated you so far? Oh, it's a wonder of wonders. I eat what I want, I shit where I want, and I kill who I want. Sometimes I even combine pleasures. She winks at you. Oh god, my enthusiasm for the work brought me here, a decorated Scarlet Fury veteran. But I'm looking for advancement. If it means killing one of the gang bosses, I'm not above taking a swing at someone bigger than me. They can be bigger than you, just make sure they don't hit harder than you. Wise words, sister. Oh man, that was interesting. These arrows are splintered, their fleshing mottled, and they were likely pulled from corpses. Ugh. This barrel is full of murky red water, severed limbs bobs under the greasy soup skin. Ugh. Battle plans are scribbled over a blood-stained map of the tiers. Arrows point towards the inner ring of the Vendrian's Well Valley, and small circles are drawn around the citadel. Let's do that. Some water, that's fine. Most of these provisions are withered with rot. Ugh.
See that?
Guys, but your camp sucks, man. I'm just saying. Wait, Salvaros? Won't say I'd rather take a lashing on the post to making conversation with a Fatebinder, but I also won't say it's not a tempting alternative. He flexes his broad shoulders to work the stiffness out, heavy armor clanking as it shifts on his frame. Then he sighs strongly, as if the whole of Tyranny has forsaken him. Forgive my insolence, it's been a trying week. But I'm pleased to meet you all the same. Now, what brings you to my little slice of personal damnation, otherwise known as... He spreads his stickly gloves, hands wide. This here mud and shit stinking chorus camp. I love this guy. Have anything you'd like to report, soldier? Maybe you've noticed something unusual during your time here. He counts his head to the one side, taking it back. What about the chorus isn't unusual? The army itself is a strange, malnourished beast. But no, the screamers seem mostly in order, sir. And I haven't been spying, if that's what you're implying, sir. Still as opposed, he studies you sharply, scarcely appearing to breathe. Of course, even if I was, I'd be damn near impossible to learn anything from this shit sty. Fifth high in those damn furies don't even loop me in enough for me to do my detail, and it's not my lack of trying on my part. What do you mean? I'm not just here to keep a steady eye on the Oathbreakers. who they give far too much freedom after conscripting. I'm here to be a resource for the benefit of both armies. I can provide insight regarding proper stratagem and request a stock of troops from Iron Marshal Erinios for reinforcement if needed, but they won't listen to me, nor confide in me, nor fight beside the brethren I could request. Why were you stationed with the chorus? From the way most of my days go, you'd think I was here to row with blood chanters and scarlet furies, but my post is to represent the disfavored interests before Fifth Eye and the Scarlet Chorus, for Iron Marshal Eranios. Not that I've gotten to do either in so much as the last span. What do you think of the Scarlet Chorus? They're rabid dogs, a lot of them. Ever seen a screamer racing headlong into battle like a hound chasing a winter hare? I have, and I can tell you more often than not, it's the screamer who ends up skinned and gutted. Leave the campaign to the chaos that's the chorus, and we're doomed. You like it's a punishment to be assigned to this detail. Isn't it? I know I fucked up to get here. Got 3 days in the hole and a nice little promotion to go with my new posts. Well, I won't be making the same mistake twice when it comes to the Iron Marshal. He juts his chin towards the distant valley. I should be out there, fighting for Ash's glory, not standing here ready to run back a report should something ever finally fucking happen. What exactly did you do to end up here? Made the grave mistake of suggesting the Iron Marshal wasn't fully utilizing the Scarlet Chorus. Well, here I am, a liaison officer to a camp of liars and cheats who'd sooner gut me than ask for my aid. Guess she showed me. Our lives are at risk, and even then you can't get along with the chorus? Begging your pardon, sir, but I've never fought a battle where my life wasn't on the line. He shrugs. Kind of the nature of the war, isn't it? He's not wrong. I was kind of being an ass. That's fine, though. Oh. Hey, an axe. These spears are brittle and rusted. It's not good. A broken staff. Former walking staff is missing its headpiece, leaving its original design and purpose something of a mystery. This broken staff can be sold to a merchant as spare parts. So just for selling. Interesting. Huh. Let's do that. Hey, some cheese. $47?
Can't do that.
Whoa, bro. I'm at 43. It's not bad. It's close, but it's not exactly it either. What's this? The stench of piss and fecal matter emanate from this stand, one clearly not used for rest. Ugh. Bros, you guys are disgusting, alright? Small marks have been painted into his corpse, marking certain body parts as more difficult targets than others. Ugh. Well, look who we have here. Chewing on some matter of cod, a heavy-set soldier flings spittle and crumbs as she talks. The Fate Binder finally shows himself. I'm Reg, the second soldier chimes in, and this is Baz. We were wondering when you might pay the camp a visit. The Fifth Eye has been a little starved for attention. He ordered us to watch you like a troublesome babe. Make sure you don't get out of line. Baz knits her fingers together, joints cracking as she smiles. Reg clears his throat loudly, scowling at Baz. Something like that. If you have questions, ask us. Good luck finding anyone else in camp will give you an answer, or even a smile. So anything we can do for you? Tell me about yourself, Baz. I was a sellsword at the beck and call of fat merchants, just another dented face in the crowd. After too many years of spilling blood in local skirmishes, I realized that I was only killing time. Then Kairos showed me a better way. Unity, purpose. Now I fight for something, not just someone. Been watching the Scarlet Furies, practicing my blade work. Not good enough to join him yet, but I bet I could show you a thing or two. Cool. Tell me about yourself, Reg. He scratches the back of his head, as at a loss for words. I had a family, a farm. Then the chorus came and, well, now I have the chorus. Priorities change when you hear screams in the night and feel a blade pressed to your neck. Things like farms or families don't seem as important. I used to have nightmares thinking about the culling. When the Scarlet Chorus conscripts a village, they hold a ceremony known as the culling. Every able-bodied... Zyla TV, thank you very, very much for that host. Really do appreciate it. Welcome to everybody watching from Zyla TV. You guys are awesome. Let me just give you a caster command because I don't think I have a, I don't think I have any mods on at the moment. There you go. Playing Neverwinter. Awesome, dude. Super awesome. Those who survive are deemed strong enough and free from old ties to join the army of the Voices of Nerat. Felt awful remembering how I act my ma and dad to bits just so I could survive. Whoa. Okay. Rough. Reg's eyes shadowed for a moment with sorrow, take on a feverish gleam. The fifth eye heard me howling one night, pulled me out of the horde, and took an interest in me. Now I'm studying magic, calling fire from nothing. If my ma and dad could see me now, they'd be so proud. Take me about your time to discard a course. Ray and I were conscripted at the Gates of Judgment. He used to fight for Okon, me for Azure. Bass chuckles, sketching your chin in thought. How many fights we survived so far? 11? Reg begins to count in series across his fingers. No, 14. I count each day in Sunder separately. The chorus is... Baz looks about the camp and shrugs. Not as bad as it smells. The strong like me and Reg, we're allowed to take what we want, what we deserve. We live only as well as our strength affords us, as it should be. What can you tell me about the fifth eye? Reg trades an uncomfortable glance with Baz and lowers his voice to a whisper. They say he shares a direct link with the Voices of Nerat. Guard your tongue around him. He's a little... wild, bloodthirsty, mad. Baz thinks for a moment. Brilliant. Reg flinches and glances over his shoulders. I was going to say eccentric. The chorus isn't picky about who joins the ranks, so you can't expect to find some unusual types. Most are as likely to kill you as promote you. What do you know about Vendrian's Well? The walls might seem imposing, but the Vendrian Guard do a better job of hiding its weakness than fixing them. She shrugs. We took the Citadel once before, we can take it again. We have to, don't we? Reg looks up at the imposing tower of the spire. Though Kairos knows I don't want to stay any longer than necessary. She follows his gaze and shakes her head. You should know better than to parade your cowardice before the Fatebinder. Are you afraid of the spire? Sorry, Fatebinder. I shouldn't have mentioned anything. He sighs. The fact of the matter is we were told to stay away from spires and old walls ever since we were babes. Of all the dumb childhood lessons that fell by the wayside, that one stayed the same. Imagine a soldier of the chorus pissing himself over architecture. More like what's underneath it, Reg frowns. The Bane, lurk around those old sites and kill anything that can catch unawares. I've no wish to meet the Bane in combat unless there are 100 blood chanters in my back. Baz, let's see what you can teach me. That's Dan's binder. No, there's nothing we can do. I don't know why sometimes we can learn stuff and some other times we can't. Oh, that's right. I can't open this. See this. These threadbare stands show sign of hard use and long-term exposure to the elements. That's just a Scarlet Fury. Another one. Snigler Dagos. I don't know who that is. Oh. Bloodhound Fist Wraps. Upon noticing your approach, the merchant straightens his posture and smiles. What an honor! The name's Snigler Dagos. Originally from the relative tranquility of the Northern Empire, I've since accepted a nomadic life for the sake of keeping Kyros's forces supplied with only the finest good, local and imported. He winces a little. It's not much, but let me know if you see anything that piques your interests. Dude, it's not much. It's super good. What are you talking about? It's really good. You have some really good stuff. Look at that stuff. Wait, is this a spear? It says one-headed and thrown weapons. It's like it hacks us both. Huh. Can I sell stuff? The garnet. I think that's it for now. Nah, it's better than nothing. Okay, and then there's Fifth Eye. The binder of tuna arrives. Screening with teenagers timber, the Fifth Eye's voice makes your gum itch and your fingernails feel in need of a trim. And we just finished having a bit of sport with some captives, but worry not, we'll have more fun with another batch momentarily. Dressed in the bronze-red regalia of the Crimson Spears, the Fifth Eye beckons you to stand close, wagging a blood-splattered glove. Now that you've issued this edict and doomed us all to die, have you come to help us climb out of this hole? Trips of laughter emanates from under his mask. How has the camp responded to the edict? With mewling, bawling, and the occasional orgy. What? Frequent vomitous, shrill, tittering laughter escapes from under his masks. The bloodlust is there, but so is the fear of failure. Should our glorious horde fail to overrun the citadel, we will surely all perish. I mean, I don't see the disfavored pulling their weight. I trust you're getting your warriors ready for battle. We know the Outbreakers are focused in the citadel beneath the mountain spire, but we have learned this is not their only nest. The Fifth Eye wags the hand in the air with a high-pitched squeal of displeasure. Given their pattern of attacks, they must have a second group maintaining camp here in the Outer Valley, and unless we deal with the second group, they'll attack from behind the moment we cross the river. His favorite thing can control your horde, and that many are defecting back to the Vadrian Guard. Wrong. And perhaps he gestures his spear in an arc towards the sprawling camp. It is no mean feat to herd this many disparate lives. For every two ends of humanity, there is at least one finger that snaps from the stress of our ways. A few have been lost on the margins, I won't deny that, but if you store grain, expect some rat feces. If you lead killers, expect some desertions. So you need help taking those Outbreakers. Well, I have debating just poisoning them all. Certainly worked in the past, and I don't recall you having a problem with such a tactic. The commander chuckles, nodding slowly. But we have no time for such slow-boiling plan. We must take direct action. And while a good old-fashioned slaughter would be an efficient solution, the smarter answer is to not kill them, but to add their strength to ours. My last group of scouts returned with a new batch of prisoners, and one of these prisoners claims she can lead us to the Venerian's Guard secondary's camp. Though there are shreds of deception in her voice. I could use your help questioning this Variakel. Perhaps we would get less screams and tears and more useful information out of her. If we knew where to ambush the Outbreakers, we could try and take their captain and show him the wisdom of joining the chorus. I want to just ask the Archon of Secrets. I thought he could interrogate anything. An unintelligible mutter escapes from under the fifth eye's mask as his posture stiffens. Or stifles. And I'm sure you can drink all manner of cider, but that doesn't mean you'll drink every barrel of cider in sight. A boring, insignificant mind is a waste of the Archon's effort. I've known the Archon to demand personal interrogations, but it's only ever been with leaders, mages, or others of great merit. I've often imagined the interrogation process is not to be taken lightly. Perhaps it's downright exhausting for Nerat. Okay, I will speak to the prisoner. I will meet you there. She's waiting by the other prisoners. She's waiting. I don't think she's waiting for anything. I think at this point she's just... she's attached, right? Oh, come on, Fifth Eye. Walk faster. Damn it. Corman, let the Fatebinder speak with our catch of the day. Varikel, please, someone, I wish to bow before the voices of Nerat. I thought all could find redemption in the chorus. A woman in the makeshift armor of the Venusian Guard lurches forward in agony. Her soiled, trembling leg suggests she has been forced to stand for days. This one, he flippantly waves at the prisoner, was hollering earlier that she knows the location of the Venusian Guard in Capon, but she isn't being entirely honest. I told this thing... The prisoner turns pale a moment before a look of determination comes over her face. That I wanted to guarantee I'd live and be welcomed to the chorus as a captain. Then I'll talk. Otherwise, they'll just kill me once I've opened up. I was dumb enough to join with the Venusian Guard, but I'm not dumb enough to give away my bargaining bronze. You claim you would disallow your people for the Scarlet Chorus. Why the change of heart? Because I want to live, and you don't need to be the Archon of Premonitions to know that the younger realms are gone for good. She blinks several times, catching her breath. Kairos is the new strength of the Tears, and I would rather stand with his Archons than be crushed by them. Why should I trust the words of an Oathbreaker? I suppose I have no answer for that. Varyafel's eyes fall to the ground and she swallows nervously. When I joined with the Venusian Guard, I accepted their broken vow unto myself. Have you not felt passion for a foolish cause, one you later came to regret? Well, my surrender is sincere, and I'm willing to bow before the voices of Nerat to prove it. Tell me what you know, and I can see to your release. I heard the chorus is looking for Captain Pelox Florian and his crew. I can lead you to them, but only if you release me. She turns her head, taking a long look at skewered and smoldering corpses around her. She tugs at her restraint, but to no avail. You're lying. Why don't you tell me what you actually know, and I'll see about saving you. Well, you see, shaken by your demand, her lips move wordlessly for several seconds. So I don't know exactly where the rest of my crew is, but I can tell you, she shakes her head, catching her breath. Search that one. She reaches up with her right leg and points with her foot, calling attention to a nearby pile of corpse. The tall, dark one missing most of his face. Check his left boot. He was a literate one in our crew. He had the orders. With a snap of his fingers, a pair of quarrymen yanked the boot of the fallen guardsman. A rolled parchment slides off the boot and is thrust into the fifth's high hands. He unfolds the scrolls to give it a read. It's nonsense, just smash of words. Laughter erupts from under the mask. She said she had information. She gives us garbage. Slay this wretch for wasting our times. He snaps his finger at a nearby Scarlet Fury, who promptly snatches a long knife from her belt. I heard her say she swore fealty to the voices of Nerat. An initiation rite would be in order. Seeing as you are an expert on the subject of fate, I would entertain your wisdom on the matter. What then would you propose we do with her? Send her back as our agent. When the time comes, she will aid us, or we track down her kin. I will need to think of a good explanation for my escape, but I'm certain I can return and avoid suspicion. Thank you. You will not regret this act of mercy. This will end amusingly, for the Venusian guard would be smart to assume she only escaped by our whims. You there! The Fifth Eye barks at a pair of guardsmen, beckoning them forward. Release our newest recruit. She has orders to infiltrate the Oathbreakers. See that she is escorted to the river's edge. Varya inhales deeply, flexing her fingers as she shakes off the stiffness of being tied to a post for days. I will return to the Venusian guard, act well my part, and await further instructions from the chorus. With a nod, she follows her escorts out of the camps. Okay, interesting. We're no closer to finding the Oathbreaker's position, not with this cryptic mess. She promised us answers, and all she gave us was gibberish.
Sorry to interrupt, but I highly doubt it's gibberish. More likely, it's one of the local scripts.
The voice comes from another prisoner tied up next to Varya, an older gentleman with the quills, ink vials, and parchment scrolls one finds on the sages of the School of Ink and Quill. Ink smudges covers his cheeks, temples, and ears. His clothes appears charred, and between the ribs of the fabric you spot burnt scars along his arms. Despite being emaciated and tied to a post, he offers a beaming smile. Show him the parchment. Can you read this?
Well, let me see. I can't.
You hold the parchment in front of the bound sage, and his eyes dart towards the length of the missives. He reads the words a second time, nodding in silence.
I don't know exactly what it says, but I'm half certain that's Sage Selwyn's handwriting. I'm sure I could decipher that in a few hours' time. Don't need my hands free, but I think better when not tied to a post. I know.
Oh man, I love that guy. A few hours? Either you can read it or you cannot. What use is a sage that doesn't know his letters? I've heard all I need to hear. I say we have some fun with this one. It can't hurt to give him a few hours. You read the edict. I don't need to tell you the sundial is working against us. This addled old bag is just trying to stall us. The voices of the rat will be upset to know you squandered the source of enemy intelligence. How true. Then we shan't put him to waste. He will serve as a most riveting source of amusement as we put him on trial.
Fatebinder, I beseech you, be my advocate for this trial. I'm no fool. I know the chorus uses blood, not words, to settle these matters. But you are a servant of the Archon of Justice, are you not?
Fine, but I'll be his champion. This one needs to live.
Good. I like it when Tunon's puppies get their paws dirty.
Did you hear that, brothers and sisters? Raising his arms to the sky, the Fifth Eye roars for all nearby to hear. Trial by combat is upon us. The sage is unbound from the post, stiff legs and nearly buckle as he attempts to walk, and his arms flex and flail in their new freedom. Wiping sweat and grime from his brow, the sage steps close to you with a nervous smile. Rhythmic roaring and the stomping of hundreds of feet in unison flood the camp. Horsemen begin to circle and stroll about, brandishing weapons and cheering. Begin the chant of gathering. Let the warriors know that tonight's entertainment will soon commence. Oh boy, guys. Let's do this. Brothers and sisters, who amongst you set the standard for strength? Who amongst you will help winnow the weak from the strong? The fifth high waves his hand in the air, drawing in a gathering of chorus soldier. Our claimant has been assembled. Now let the trial of the Oathbreaker begin.
It's a battle!
There's 4 of them?